Oh, I see. So if I just do this, that would then convert that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I got a Joker unlocked. Alright, now let's see what we got here. Could make another stone card. Enhances 2 selected cards to multi-cards. And creates up to 2 random tarot cards. I mean, probably just use this. Get another stone. We're just gonna have a whole stone deck soon. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, so 2 kings and a stone. 10, 20, 1.5, again. 10, 20, 1.5. 10 plus 50. 44, 179. Alright. Then we got, let's see, another stone. Alright, so then we need to do some discarding here. Alright, so we got 2 queens, a stone, play hand. 40, 50, 10, 50. $36. Alright, and now we do 2. Let's discard more of these. I can't discard that one. There we go. A tarot card. Enhances lucky, so let's do that on an ace. Alright, now we got 2 luckies. Play this. $95, $33, $41, $164. Alright, almost there. Let's discard these. I got 2 aces. Play hand. $20, $108, $41, $164. Alright. We're cutting it close here. And we just discard a whole bunch of these. We got 2 aces and a stone. That should be good. Yep, there we go. And that one's good. Hopefully we get something that can push us a little further. Because we are struggling to hit. Nice. First played face card gives +2 multi when scored. Let's see. Let's get another standard pack. So we could get another stone card. I feel like getting another ace would be good with this. I mean, we got a lot of stones already. Let's see what we get in the buffoon. So, uncommon jokers each give 1.5. Ooh, uncommon. How many do I only got commons? Never mind. Plus 100 chips if played hand contains a straight. No, not good. So maybe Joker, uncommon jokers. I mean, no, that's not really. I mean, let's see. 3 of a kind. 100. I haven't been getting too many 3 of a kinds. I'll skip. Let me just buy this though. It's good to have just in case. First played, yeah, we're good. I mean, I could have re-rolled, but it's whatever. So we got, let's see, we got, ooh, a 3 of a kind. Speaking of, play hand. And that will give me plenty of score. 47, nice. Let's get rid of these guys. Oh man, I could get a 4 of a kind here. And that's not called the 4 of a kind, right? No, it is called the 4 of a kind. Earn 3 when this card is played and scores. I mean, I'll just do these 3. Well, no, these 3, because that one I want to keep. Alright, let's see. Multi times 1.5. Again, 10, 20, 1.5, 10, 3, times 2. Twitch crashed. I'm gonna go for a bit. If I'm not back before and then the stream, congrats on the dub, and I love to see more. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, this is a very chill game. If I don't continue this, if I don't stop on this early, I will probably continue playing it. If not, the next game I'll probably be playing is Minecraft, just to chill. Like, not like modded. I do want to get back to modded, but like, I sort of like, after the whole ordeal of trying to run a modded thing or a server and all that, I probably, if I do play Minecraft again, it's gonna be like this vanilla. So, but I have things other than, whoa, polychrome lucky. But yeah, that's I'll see you in a bit though if you do come back in time. If not, I'll probably be. It probably just was this tonight. But this has been pretty cool though. I've been liking this and all that. I have to see how to expand my Joker mount, because I swear I've seen people have like far more Jokers than just 5. That could have been modded though. I'm not sure. I would get this. Seems way better. And I'll get a Celestial pack. Let's see, what can I boost? I do a high card again. That would mean 3 of a kind is more. No, I'll just boost this. It's 10, that would get it to 45. Okay, well, that's better. I can't complain. But then we have this 3 of a kind. And then, wait, do I have already? Wait, this is a 3 of a kind 100 chips. 300 kind. Oh, it's multi. Okay, let's reroll. Ooh, perfect. Enhances 1 card into a wild. Let's buy that, and doubles money. Do another reroll. Plus 15 multi when 0 cards remaining. Plus 3 multi. A poker hand contains a diamonds club. No. Reroll that. Joker gains 1 multi per consecutive hand played without a face card. Plus 15 mult when 0 discards remain. No. Enhances 1 card into a gold card. 8 hands. I mean, I could just use these, right? Yeah. Well, no, I can't use them now. Let's reroll again. Earn $4 if poker hand is straight flush. Adds a number of times poker hand has been played to mult. Reroll once more, and I'm done rerolling. All cards are considered face cards. Anything related to faces here? No. Retrigger all cards played for the next 10 hands. That seems pretty good. But is it as good as... No. Alright. This probably is... I'm probably going to lose at this. I feel like this is a lose coming. Discard these. And I got 3. Wow. Do these, and then 1 of these. Wait, what? Decrease level of player poker hand. I don't know what even happened there. Decrease the level of player poker hand. Okay. Man, I got so many these stones. Let's get 3 stones, 3 of a kind. I guess 2 queens. The stone. 10, 30, 80, 22, 130, 32, 40, 180. This is gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be very close. Let's see, 25 again. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one. Got 3 of a kind. Hopefully this will do decent. God damn it, stop that. $30, $230, 140. Got another 3 of a kind. This probably. I don't think we're gonna win this. $10, $210. Yeah. Well, I mean that was good though. It was a good seed, honestly. So how long have I been playing this for? Let's see. 3 hours, not bad. So let's do one more run. So Joker unlocked, defeated a boss blind in one hand without using any discards. Alright. Joker unlocked. Joker, Tarot, Planet, and Spectral cards may appear multiple times. One hand, earn at least 10,000 chips. Doubles all listed probabilities. 1 in 3 equals 2 in 3. Neat. Yellow deck unlocked. Discover at least 50 items from your collection. Start with an extra 10. Then we have reach ante level 8. 3 times the mult if poker hand contains a diamond card, club card, heart card, and spade card. Green deck unlocked. These 75 items for your collection at the end of each round, +2 per remaining hand, +1 per remaining discard, earn no interest. Win a hand without playing a 4 of a kind, or win a run without playing a 4 of a kind. 4 times multi if played hand contains a 4 of a kind. I like how I never played one. Okay, I had the choice of, but I mean without playing a flush. Okay. 2 times mult if played hand contains a flush. Win a run. Copies ability of the Joker to the right. That's cool. Nebula deck. Win a run with a blue deck of any difficulties. Start a run with a telescope voucher. Hand 16 cards in your deck. 3 times multi if you have at least 16 enhanced cards in your full deck. Currently 18. Oh, I mean, game's over, but 3 times mult if you have at least. Oh, okay, I see. Voucher unlocked. Max out the interest per round earnings for 10 consecutive rounds. Raise the cap on interest earned to each round to $20. Interesting. So this one, I guess that shows that. Oh, I beat a run with it with the little stamp there. But red deck, +1 discard every round. +1 hand every round. Start with an extra 10. At the end of each round, $2 per remaining hand, $1 per remaining discard, earn no interest. Start run with the telescope voucher. Right, there's a bunch. I think I'll go with red this time. Alright, let's see. So now it's just normal hand playing. Let me get rid of these. That did nothing. And you got a pair. 2 pairs. $92. Not bad. Oop, 3 of a kind. Actually, let me see if I can get better. I did get better. 4 of a kind. It's already on fire. That's good, that's good. But yeah, I definitely want to get into modded Balatro. This was definitely a more so an entry into it for me. But I do want to do some of the more modded fun stuff. This Joker gains ships if played. Hand has exactly 4 cards. Played cards with the spade suit gives +3 multi when scored. I mean, that's good for early game, I feel. And then open this. See what we got in here. +1 molt per tarot card used this run. +10 molt if played. Hand contains 2 pair. Yeah, that's good. Alright, yeah, 2 pair. Those are good to go into. Alright, let's see. So I got 2 pair. $480, and I already won in 1 hand. As is good. I do want to see the visuals here. I know we already had the CRT on. What's the CRT bloom do? I mean, that adds a little bloom to it, which is kind of cool. Turn that off. What about that's 70. It's at 100. Oh man, that's kind of cool. If CRT off, what does this look like? Yeah, I think the CRT looks really good. Like at 70. What about if I have CRT bloom on? No, it doesn't do anything if I have it. CRT off, right? Yeah. And if I have pixel smoothing off, that's really weird when it's off. I sort of like it as like 100%. It's sort of cool, but I guess 70 is a nice sweet spot. The CRT Bloom, I do like CRT Bloom a little. Let me leave that on. It honestly looks kind of nice for a bit. So, alright, cash out. Let's go on to the next one. I feel like the CRT Bloom makes it pop a little more on the colors of like this stuff. Alright, so we got the half Joker again, and we got tarot card if hand. Good tarot card if hand is played with 4 or less. Yeah, let's do that. We gotta play with that. Put that back over on the left. Yeah. I can't buy anything else here, so yeah, this is good to have. 3 or fewer, especially early game, I feel. All right, so we got these 2. We already won. That's so good. Also, yeah. Yeah, this is crazy though. Some of this. Retrigger each played 2, 3, 4. Oh man, if I could get that with, I could buy both of these actually. Every played card counts in scoring. Yeah, why not? Yeah, yeah. I mean, this feels really good. Kind of, if I could get the one, there's an odd one I feel that I remember seeing. Got 2 6s here. What's this? No 6 on that one. That's a bum. Got 550 though. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this one is every played card counts to 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 3, 4. And then do double aces. Yeah. Let's see. Will this trigger this then? It does. Hell yeah. Oh, that's so good. Alright, and so we could do this. And then this. And I guess we could do a 9. Throw in a 9 in there. 10, 10, 9, 7, 3, 7, multi. Oh man, this is so good. Those retriggers are only really good if you have additions on your cards or seals. Okay. Yeah, it's like I sort of like the retriggers just due to the fact that I feel like this is really good early game, and like I said, if you have a lot of seals. Creative Terror. I mean, I'll probably remove that eventually, but F5 at this point. Probably would be better to get a standard. Yeah. Create a standard here. Got here. Oh, and speaking of, so we got a foil, and we got some seals. Plus 3 chips. Earn $3 when the card is played and scores. I think this would probably be a better one than this. So we'll select that. Alright, and we will go to the next round. +1. Alright, so we got a pair here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw in these two, get them to retrigger. Again, 2, again, 2. 60. Okay. Alright, so we got 2 jokers. We can throw these 2 in. Actually, wait. Good idea. Let me just discard these. Alright, so we got 2 pair. A 2 twisted pair. Yeah, I could add a straight, right. Alright, let's see what we got here. So 4, 5, 6. Don't have a 7. Don't have a joker. So I could do this, and then since this is 4 and 5, so I could probably do these 2. That should be good. So that multis it as well. Alright, there we go. That one's done. But yeah, if you missed this, my second run, I actually won already the first time. So that was like really crazy. When I was first starting out with this, I played the deck and only had hearts and spades, and it was fun for the flush deck. Alright. So I think this let me look at this real quick. Molt if poker hand contains a diamond, club card, and heart. I feel like this, no, that's too specific. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. See what we get. Ooh. Molt card, +6 chips, +4 molt. Holographic +8 chips, 10 molt. Ooh, that's probably way better than. 10 chips, 1.5. Yeah, I'll go with this. Next round. Alright, pillar time. Ooh. Cards played previously, this anti are debuffed. It's annoying. Got 2 aces. And I'll just add this. 11. Plus 10 molt. Plus 20 molt. Alright, let's just discard all these. Then discard these. Oh my god. Get rid of them. Alright, here we go. 10. Let's play that. Get the plus 20. Alright, there we go. I'm not saying you have to, but if you feel the game is too slow, increase the game speed inside the options. I could potentially. I might do that the next time I play. I feel like this pace is nice for learning. Eventually I'll probably boost it up just so I can make quick, actions and all that. 2 pair, yeah, I'll buy that. Let's use it. And plus 8 molt if played cards. Yeah, that's definitely get that. I'll get it over. Alright, now I have to sell this. And then buy that. Alright. I have a mod that makes it so it sets at 16. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Alright, I think this is a good setup now. Since we get the plus 8 pair. We get the 2 pair here. So I'm building a 2 pair. Like 3 and less. Yeah, I'm a pair set. Or what's it called? A pair, not a deck, a pair deck, I guess you could say. Let's see it. Like 2 kings here. You get multi on those. Multi. Pair 1 stacks with 2 pair. If you have a hand, since 2 pair contains a pair. Right. Okay, let's do that now. 10 plus 3, 10, 10, 10, 10, 8. Yeah, doing pretty good. Honestly, it's stacking really well. Alright, every played card permanently gains plus 5 chips when scored. Plus 20 molt, minus 4 molt per round played. Plus 1 card slot available in shop. I don't have enough money for that. Feel like I should hold out. Well, I mean, let me buy these. Enhance 2 selected cards to multi cards. Or up to 3 selected cards to clubs. Spade. Now that's useless for me. I'll use this. Molt cards. Up to 2. I mean, 2 queens would be good. There we go. That way I can do, Alright, next round. We got 2 aces, 2 4s. Pretty windy out today. You probably could hear. I'm not sure if you actually can hear it. Like my window has slightly open and it's blowing blowing a few things. Oh my god, this blew the thing off the shelf here. It's like literally right behind me. Yeah, this is that. So, alright, there we go. Beat that round. Yeah, this is a really good setup so far. I just have to get more of the boost, the pairs set up. like the levels of them. Times 4 molt every 6 hands played. This Joker gains 0.025 molt for each card sold. Resets when boss blind is defeated. Nah, I'm not really doing that. Probably these two I'm gonna buy. Alright, let's see what we got here. These are all normal cards. I mean, spades, these are clubs. So, diamonds. I mean, guess get this. Keep. And then we'll get this. Let's see what we got here. Any pairs? Yeah, we can upgrade the pair. Alright, making good progress there. Next round. The eye. No repeat hand types this round. Ugh, that's annoying. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it straight. $350. Alright, and we got a pair of kings. I mean, we could do 2 pair. Multi of that, multi of that. 1,982. Let me discard some. Still nothing here. Come on, give me something good. Oh, we got 3 of a kind, as well as a full house. So let's do that. Features a pair, so we'll at least get that bonus. Alright, there we go. Nice. And one remaining hand, cash out. Alright, so what's this? Raise the cap on interest earned. No. Plus 2 chips for each remaining hand and deck. Pivoting to full house is probably your best bet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Plus 2 chips for each remaining card and deck. Joker gains molt per scoring enhanced card played. Moves card enhancement. So I probably want to go choose one of up to 4 spectral cards to be used immediately. I think Celestial would probably be better. So let's see. Upgrade every poker hand by 1 level. That sounds insane. So I'm doing that. Okay, that was actually really worth it. Alright, next round. Alright, let's see. So we got 3 of a kind. 4, 5. Yeah, I'll do 3 of a kind here. 3, 5, 5, 20, 8, 2,000. Not bad, not bad. Get these 2, and then these 2. $25. Alright, one more hand. So let's see. Discard some stuff here. Wait. 10, 9, 8, 7. Actually, no. Try that. Discard those. Well, I got 3 of a kind now. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we could do a A straight. We could do 2 of these because they're spades or clubs? No. Clubs. Never mind that. Well, we won, so it doesn't matter. Let's cash out. Alright, so we got a 2-pair joker. Wait, I already have. Wait. What's the difference? Oh, plus 80 chips. Okay. I keep getting confused by that because they look exactly the same, and then I realize, like, oh, wait, no. Plus 4 molt. I see the reason why. So these are, like, the 3-headed, like, the 3 spike ones are molt, and the 2 are chips. I see, I see. 80 plus 80 chips if played hand contains 2 pair. I mean, that would benefit me. I mean, I could probably sell this and replace it with that. Alright, there we go. And I'm gonna do the spectral. It's been coming back multiple times, and I really want to. Alright, converts all cards in hand in a single random rank. Add a gold seal. I mean, sure, why not? Let's see what we get. We got all 5s. Okay. I like that risk because now we just get a whole bunch of 5s. Alright. 3, 4, 5. There's nothing there. Alright. Let me... Actually, I do need the money, so... Let me just randomize these ones. Or discard them, you know what I mean. I got 2 5s. 9, 10... I mean, all our high card, I mean, yeah, I mean, that will work. I think. So this would add 10 chips. Yeah, sure, why not? So I have that recard counted, so... Alright, so that was basically 2,000. 2 of those in. Actually, let me discard these guys. I got 3 5s. Let me play that. Plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 4. Alright. Doing good, doing good. 2 10s. Let me discard these. See what we get here. Ooh. 10, 9, 8, 7. Need a 6. So let's do that. Well, I mean, yeah, let's discard these 2. Here we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The straight. Hell yeah. Oh man, that's close. I think we might lose this now that I'm thinking about it. 2. Let's see what happens here. If I discard these. Oh, I don't have any more discards. Oof. So I got a pair. I guess I'll just add as much as I can to it. Just to get all the bonuses to it. So we got 10, 7, 5, 5, 2, 3, 12. Yeah. Rip. I'm literally a fool. What's yours? Alright, let's do it again. One more. All right, so we got a king, an ace, king, queen, no jack. If you just played the 2-card pair, you would have lived, I think, with that added 20 mult. From what I saw, I don't think it would have. I'm not sure. I might have misread how that was. Let's do a 3 of a kind. I mean, I would have to look back, but like I said, I'm a little fuzzy on how some of the things are worded here. But I mean, over time, I'll learn it a little more. Yeah, I can tell there's a lot of nuance. Like it's on the surface, it doesn't feel like a math game, but it is very much a math game. It's like it's teaching you math. Like this is something that schools would 100% be using. You teach math if they could. Yeah. Man. Try to get it straight. All right, there we go. Play hand. There we go. But yeah, this is definitely a very fun little game here. I can see why this won so many awards and all that. Let's see what we get in the standard pack here. Ooh, let's see. We got a foil, +3, +50 chips. Got +3, +4 mult, and earn 3 when this card is played and scores. I mean, +3 chips, +4 mult. That's not really that worth it. I feel like this is more worthwhile, so I'll go with that. And then adds double the rank of the lowest rank. Yeah, I'll go with this. I already know how that works, so. Alright, let's see what we got here. 10, 10. Wait, 10, 9. I don't have an 8. So I'll go with that, and I'll get rid of these. 10, 10. 420. Nice. Alright, got 2 7s. And let me get rid of these. +7, +7. 14. There we go. Cash out. Got 6. Alright. What? Ooh, this is a new one. Earn $1 for each 9 in your full deck at the end of round. Okay, that's a little odd, but it's interesting. That was all the probabilities. I think that is a really good one to have. Then again, I could get a jumbo buffoon pack. I think I might risk it. What's this? Yeah, I'm risking it. Oh, the banana. All flushes and straights can be made with 4 cards. That's also really good. Earn $1 at the end of each round. Payout increases by 2. 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card when any booster pack is opened. Oh man, I'm tossed up between the banana and the hand. I think I'm gonna go with the banana. This is like a repeat of my first run, or the run that I ran, or the one. Oh my god, the run that I won. Man, Mad Libs tonight. Alright, cards played previously this ante are debuffed. Alright, so let's discard those. So, double aces. And I add this to remove it. Play hand. So 2 pairs. Got a 50 out of that. Got a 16. Oh my god. We just murdered them. Market is crazy for early game ramp because of how much gold you can get over time. That makes sense. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got a foil. First played face card gives ×2 molt when forward. Create a tarot card if the poker hand contains this ace in a straight. Yeah, I'll probably do this. That seems really good. I mean, plus 50 chips and the ×2 molt. Yeah. Alright, first played face card gives 2 times. So I got it straight. I could have did the ace, but I just murdered that. 5,000 on 800 round. Oh, that's overkill. Oh man, and there's the hand. And he comes back right when I wanted him. Now you just need a hanging Chad and it's all over. Alright, earn $5 for each discarded 8. Rank changes every round. I feel like this would be pretty good to get. All flush straights can be made. I feel like this would probably be the best to get right now. Celestial packs. Most played. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Alright, let's select it. Hanging Chad, we gotta get. Alright, so 2s, 10s. Play that. 10, 10, 2, 2. Plus 6, plus 15, plus 50. Safe. So I wonder what the coin... 1 in 6 chance. Okay. Alright, so we got a 1 in 4 chance upgrade level of a played poker card hand. I mean, that's pretty good. I guess you could do Arcana because we do need a hanged man. Don't got no hanged. Enhances 1 select a card into a gold card. Select 2 cards. Convert to the left and to the right. I mean, converting the 4 into a 3 foil, pretty good. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. There we go. And yeah, we can't buy anything else. So next round. Okie dokie. 2 10s. Actually, let me discard. I feel like discard these. Low discard, but alright. Alright, I see what I have to do now. So, discard these. There we go. Got a straight. Oh, wait. I can do a straight with just 4. Oh, no, it must be 5. Okay. That's whatever. Must play 5 cards. It's annoying, but I can do it. I think I can win this in one hand, right? Yeah. Alright, and we're at ante 3 already. Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Alright, what we got here? Played aces, give 20 chips. Enhances 1 selected card into a steel card. Yeah, this. And then do a jumbo standard. Ooh, let's see. Creates a terror card when discarded. Wouldn't want to really discard that. Plus 10, plus 30 chips. Plus 6 chips, plus 1 in 5 chance or 20 multi. 1 in 15 chance or win 20. Plus 6 and then a chance of 20 multi. 10 plus at 30 extra, so that's 40 basically. I'd probably get more use out of this since it's a higher number compared to the 6. So I'll go with that. And next round. Alright, so 2 9s, 2 kings. We beat that. We got a Joker. Nice. So I'm not sure where that pop. Do I block that when that pops up? No. Ah, no. Apparently I ran out of space on my recording. Oops. Whatever, I guess I'll have to pull this off Twitch later. I think I realized what I did wrong. I accidentally didn't update where I'm saving my VOD recordings are. I think that's what happened. I have to look into that later. It could also be because I have a split audio now. It might have make more whatever. But I'll look into that. So let's see. 2 times Molt loses per card discarded. Gains 15 chips if played hand contains a straight. Alright. Times 2 Molt loses 0.1 Molt per card discarded. I mean, no, I don't want that. So probably an Arcana pack. Let's see what we got here. Death, Chariot. Select 2 cards, convert to left to right. I could do that again. And then convert up to 3 cards of clubs. Enhances 1. Yeah. Do this for these 2. And get another 3 instead of a 2. Alright, next round. Okay, let's see. 9, 8, 7. No. Got 2 pair. Go over that. A lot of multis. Almost won that. And let's see, 9, 8, 7, no 6. Got a pair here. Actually, let me discard these. So we got king, queen, jack, 10, 9. Yeah, play that. Pull straight. Oh my god, you beat it. They're really good. My bananas keep on being safe. Good. Alright, let's see. A mega standard pack. Ooh. +1 Molt per tarot card used. This is +2 currently. I mean, that could be good. I think I'm gonna get the mega standard. Get to choose 2. Alright, so this and get the tarot card when discarded. Yeah, I think these 2 will be my picks. These are good, good cards to have. Now we move on to the Eye. Yeah, Raman's good early game. Yeah, I can feel that. So no repeat hand types this round. So we got. Oh, did my phone die? God damn it, my phone died. Oh, I can't see chat. I can't ever tell when for some reason the cord unplugs off my phone. I can't tell until it's too late. Alright. I have it plugged in. Hopefully it'll fully charge. I'll have to tab over whenever the read chat now. Do 2 6s, 2 10s. Like this 2 pair would be good for now. 11, 20, 11, 24. I think we just won in one hit. Yeah, we did. Oh my. Oh, this is so good. Cash out. Alright, let's see. Creates a random Joker card. It doesn't sound that bad. Foil holographic are optic cards. Ooh, that's 10 though. I mean, I'll pull this. Let's see what we got. I don't want that, I don't think. Plus 10 chips can be used as any suit. Oh yeah, I read that wrong. That line that's above does not interact with the bottom, second line. Second and third line. See, that's something I wish maybe it could like do a little better. Because I read that as all one sort of sentence. Instead of like 10 chips, then maybe like a dot, like a split line between that and the bottom text. Bottom 2 lines. That's like one little issue I have. Maybe like even just like fading the top area or something, I don't know. So why does the music not loop? It feels like the music doesn't loop, as I assumed it did all the time. I need gold, so I'll go with that. So next round. Alright, let's see. Let's start. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I could do 4. So we'll play that. 6, 5, 4, 3. Get a straight out of that. And then we get 8, 8, 7, 7. Yeah, I think we're good there. Oh my god, 100. And there we go, we won that one. I feel like this might be a winning run. Ooh, what's this? Played face cards give plus. Oh, that's good. I think I'm gonna get that. But what am I gonna replace? Probably this. Bye. I feel like I should keep that at the end. Yeah, I'll do that. That seems like a good order. Alright. I think we're doing pretty good. Also, what time is it actually? Let me double check that. 9:37? Okay. Not too late. 9. I might have to discard here, so 2, 5. Discard a 9. So it'd be, I could do 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I forgot. I can do the 8. No, I can't. Need a 7. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let me do that then. Actually, I'll save that. Let's go these. Alright, so I have 10, 9, 8, no 7 still. Still have these two. Let's go this way then. Dude, alright, well that's better than nothing here. We get the 2 foils on for 100 each. Or 100, you know. Yeah, that's just to murder them. Oh my god. Now that was a good hand. Yeah, this is very addicting. Joker gains 2 multi. A played hand contains a 2. Oh my god, this game really knows. Like, oh man, you're doing all these pairs stuff. Here's a little thing we're gonna give you. Oh, but now, what would I replace with this? I really enjoy doing pairs. It feels like the most common. All flushes and straights can get you. I mean, that's been very beneficial. He's been beneficial. This has been very beneficial. Played aces gives. I mean, this one I haven't been doing too often. So I'm thinking maybe this might be better than this. It's more reliable. Yeah, I think that would actually be good. I'm gonna sell this then. And buy this. Alright, and we got 11 left. And so I want to buy this. So next time I will see those more often, those type of cards. So we got 2 aces here, which sort of like ruins why I, you know, whatever. But it is related to 2 pairs. So I got 2 pairs. I got even technically 3 pairs if I really wanted to go to that. But let's play this. There's $1 per card played. Oh, that's annoying. Now I'm negative. Bruh. That's just annoying and mean. That's like that'll hurt me in the long game, not in the short game. Alright, 6. And then 2. I mean, I think I win back that money. At least. Oh man, really? There we go. Oh no, my banana! It went away. How much money did I get back? Let's see. 5. Oh my god, I'm -5 still. And that means I'm passing up on this stuff. 2 chips for every enchances, 2 selected cards, bonus cards. God dang it. Alright, so we can do these for a straight. Nice, all these. Alright, and then 1, 2. Well, I got 3 of these. Okay. Well, that's a discard one, right? No. Well, yeah, it's a discard. Yeah, let me discard a few of these then. I could do 2, 3, no 4, then 5, 6. Alright, let me discard these 3. Alright, so 2, 3. Alright. I can just do these for 2 pair. But I will use this on... I think 6 would be a good one to use it on. Turn that into stone, and then I could use that with my 2 pair. That'll give me plenty of stone. Or not stone, but chips. And it will win me the game. Right? No, that did not do nothing. That did nothing. Okay then. I was wrong. We're full house in it. Alright, now we won the game. Okay. Well, not the game, but you know, we won the round. Am I back? Am I not negative? Hell yeah, I'm not negative anymore. But I can't buy anything. Still. Alright, let's see. Alright, so... 10, 9, got no 8s. So I guess we do 2 pair again. I should have done the stone, but whatever. Alright, 2,000, not bad start. Alright, so we got 2 jokers. Let's do some discards here. Some more discards. 1, 2, 3. Nothing too crazy. I guess what we could do here is the 2 jokers and a stone. Better than nothing. $31, $180, $5,000. Okay. I think we could pull this out. I mean, no, I want that. Let's discard these. We got 3 of a kind. And a 2 of a kind. So that's a full house. Upgrade. $15, $14 multi. Nice. Nice, and we won that one. Nice. I say a lot of nice, nice, nice. Is that where I really don't have that much commentary for this, it feels like. Alright, so I got 7. I can buy a joker now. When blind is selected, create 2 common jokers. I feel like a joker pack would be better. Let's see. What jokers can we get? Oh, each 25 chips for each gives 25 plus 25 for each stone card in your full deck. And is a stone card, so plus 50 chips. Well, it tells me what a stone card is. Yeah, that's just currently 25. It's not really doing much. Let's see. Plus 4 molt for each card below 52. 0 molt. I feel like this one is the best, so I'll do that. We got a new deck. Nice. Next round. Alright, decrease level of played poker hand. It's really annoying. 6, 7. mean, they're all level 1 already. I haven't upgraded, actually. It's not that annoying now, that I think about it. Let me do some discards. So if we do King, Joker... No, I need a Queen, so... Queen, Joker, 10, 9... And I need one more, right? Yeah, so... We discard these and discard that. Well, that did not get what I wanted. Okay, well, whatever. Wait, no, I think that did get what I want. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Straight flush. Oh, a straight flush. Hell yeah. I think that's the first one I ever gotten. Yeah, it is. Nice. Play the hand. 10, 5, 2, 10, 9, 8 times 4, 50, 14, 50, 25. That was a good hand. Alright, so then we go into 9. We got 2 5s. I mean, I'd probably be better if I go over here and do that, because then I get the 50 chips. Yeah, let's do that. So, 2 9s, 2 3s. No faces, but still will give me decent multis and bonuses here. 3,000, I mean, yeah. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you do 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind, not 2, full house. Let me re-roll these. Alright, there we go. Now that's a good, get a full house there. Alright, let's see. Oh man, I'm getting tired. 230, 25, 1,000. 2,000 to go. So we got 2 8s, 2 queens. Let me re-roll these. I can't discard anymore. So it will have to be 2 queens. Yeah, I think that will have to be what I have to play. Upgrade, plus 10, plus 5, plus 2, plus 5, plus 8, plus 8, 50, 20. Alright, we won. Well, won that one. Won ante. So we got a few more rounds. I have some faith in this, but we haven't been upgrading any of these things. Like this. Let's buy that. Buy and use. Alright, and I didn't even look at this. Yeah, I don't really need that. Next round. Let's select. Alright, nice, we got a stone card. Play that. Really need to upgrade my levels. Alright, let's see. So we have these. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. No, I don't want to get rid of those actually. Grab these. So we got King, Joker. We need a Queen. Actually, wait. No, we can do these 4 for a straight. Alright, nice. So we get that. We'll get that smiley face. We get that as well. Boosted. Get this bonus card stuff. 8,000. Alright, so one more hand should be able to net me a win here. Alright, I'm actually going to discard here. Wow. Okay, come on. Alright, that's a little better. We got an egg. An egg joker. A Benedict's... whatever. Let's do the egg joke thing. Gains $3 of sell value at the end of round, or boost my flush. What was the flush again? Right, that. Probably not worth. I'm not really getting flushes that much. Probably a jumbo. What's it? See, I don't get the difference of these. Are they just different colored packs? That's it. Probably. So I'll just buy this one. I mean, this looks pretty good. Ace, plus 11, plus 3 triggers. Yeah, go that. Yeah, next round. So king, queen. Alright, so let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Alright, so we got 2 kings. Got an ace. Ace, queen. Need a joker. We can do this. Yeah, we'll do this. Play hand. 2 pair of a nice multi. Right. And let's go into queen. Alright, yeah. Get rid of these. I could do a pair, but I feel like I can get something higher. So we got king, queen, joker, and that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, 10,000 more to go. Let's discard this. I mean, what can we do here? So, that's a straight, so I'll just discard this. Yeah, why not? Let's discard it. See what we get. Oh, stone, okay. I'll probably use that in a bit. And play the straight. This should net me the win, right? I think it does. Almost. Very close. What is the multi at right now? 24. Actually, I'm gonna turn this 4 into a stone. That gives me 50 chips now. Alright, there we go. So we got big blind down. Alright, so we got Justice and the Devil. Glass cards are 1 in 4 chance to destroy a card. That sounds very risky. I don't really like that, honestly. Choose one of up to 4 Joker cards. I feel like this might be better just overall. The future. We're gonna overstock. And then we're gonna take on the Manacle. Which, let's see, what does this do? -1 card hand size. Bit annoying, but I can work with that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we got a straight. It's a low ball hand, but it works. Do 3 of a kind. Well, no, I could do a full house. $10 plus 2 or times 2. Alright, good, good, good. Alright, we're gonna discard this. That gives me 1 in 4 chance to add a holographic to a random Joker. Yeah, why not? Use that. Nope. Oh. So we got a king, a queen, a Joker, a 10. We get a straight. High-end straight, so let's play that. $120, nice. $220, nice. So we're a little over half. Oh man, we're 1 hand left. I don't think we're gonna win this. Do a 2 pair. Alright, we have to do some discarding here. Ooh, that might... We might be lucky here. I mean... Let's try these. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it with the 10s. It's our best hand. 10 plus 5 plus 2 plus 10 plus 5 plus 40 plus 10 plus 50 plus 28 plus 50 plus 50. Oh, we barely won. Holy cow. Wow, it won by 23. Alright, what is this? Red card, and it's like sparkly. I mean, I got a red card before. It's holographic. That's weird seeing the holographic on the red card. Joker gains 3 multi when any booster pack is skipped. I mean, I don't really skip booster packs, but whatever. Allow straights to be made of gaps of 1. Oh man, that's insane with the all straights that can be made of 4 cards. It's actually nutty. What would I drop for that? Joker gains 2 plus 2 multi if... Yeah, I like that because that's a 28 multi right now. Played face cards give 5 plus mult and scored. This is foil, so it gives me 50 chips. Currently, I mean... Probably, I don't think any of these would be worth replacing. This Joker gains 4 chips if played again. And has exactly 4 cards. Alright, let's see. I guess we'll open some of these, I guess. Or this one at least. Wait, no. Yeah, this one. Want to get a pair, let's see. I think... Would pair be better than multi-pair? I'll do multi-pair because I've been getting a lot of multi-pairs, so... And it's better to upgrade that than the other. Next round. I mean, we're getting up there, but it's been getting really, like, close. Play it straight. $120, $120, $170, $220, wow. Let's see, so 8, 8, 3, 3. Yeah, that's good. Plus 8, plus 8, plus 3, plus 3. Oh, we got a stone, nice. So 7, 6, 5, no 4. Let's discard this. 1 and 4, yeah, why not? Use, come on, come on. Ah, god damn it. So is that straight? No. What am I missing? I'm missing 8. Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do here is remove these. Actually, no, not that one. These. Really? I mean, that's 4 of a kind. Or flesh, I mean. Yeah, let's do that. 11, 10, plus 5 multi, plus 2, plus 10, plus 5, plus 9, plus 50. 240, 290, wow. Alright, we beat that. Nice. Still wonder if we can beat this. It'd be crazy if we get two be 2 decks in a night. Enhances 1 selected card to steal, no. Plus 1 multi per hand played. No, play. Yeah, not really interested in any of those. Tear it. Probably would get that. Let's open that. Let's see. So creates up to 2 random tarot cards. Enhances 1 into that gold. Increases the rank up to 2 collected cards by 1. Enhances 1 selected card into a glass. No. Tarot's at last. Creates the last tarot or planet card used during this run. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get Wheel of Fortune on. Come on, Wheel of Fortune. Ah, what a waste. I wanted to risk that gamble. Alright, let's see. So we got 2 10s, 2 7s. Play those. Got upgraded on my spare trousers. 32 molt. Holy cow. Alright, so what we got here? So we got our... Got a pair there. Only 2 pairs. Let me discard... Okay, isn't this a... Straight? Yeah, it is. Okay, nice. I'll do straight. 10... 2, 10 times 5, or plus 5, plus 50, plus 32, plus 50. So good. Alright. Oh my god, we got 3 aces. Oh, 4 aces. Holy cow. 4 of a kind. Since I got 4 of a kind there, let me discard these. See what we get. Nice, there we go. We got a stone and a 4 of a kind. And a repeat. 11. Stone. 50. 32. 50. 50. Didn't do as much as I hoped, but whatever. Let me get rid of these. So then we get 2 pair. Does that matter? No. I want to see if we get something better. Shoot, wait. Get rid of these 3. It doesn't look like anything better. Oh, wait, yeah, we got something better. We got a full house. Upgrade 10, 5, 2, 10, 5, 9, 9, 9. 30, 49. And we lost. That was close. We almost had that. But I think that will be it for tonight. How long was the stream? We did get unlock a few things here. So 4.5, not bad. So yep, I've been enjoying it. Haven't won another one, but we've gotten close a few times. Joker unlocked. Plus 2 hand size, minus 1 hand each round. Ooh. In 5 consecutive rounds by playing only 1 hand. And we won the black deck. Discover at least 100 items from your collection. The Joker slot, this one. Alright, not bad. But yeah, I think that's Balatro. I had a good time playing it for my first time. Overall, not bad. Ooh, why is this? Redeem at least 10 voucher cards in 1 run. Ooh. That's interesting. But yeah, it was also awesome time. Overall, yeah, was definitely worth it.